Uh,
Oh man.
also, welcome to my daily recording, hon.
Oh, hello.
Tried going to bed early, but ended up taking like a 2 hour nap. It was definitely something I needed, though, with where my mental state was.
Fair. I did see that message. I was like, oh, all right.
I could go to bed early, or try to.
Yeah. I've just been watching some Mark,
Some Mark, what?
some Markiplier.
I've kind of stepped away from his channel for the most part. He had some good episodes in his early days, and he still makes good stuff, but it's not something that kind of hooks and keeps me these days.
Yeah. No, his videos, his horror. That's a hard word to say. Horror. His spooky videos are what's hooked me back onto his channel personally.
That's good.
It also helps that he has ADHD, so
Yeah.
I latch onto his content very nicely.
You want to know what YouTuber I used to watch it back back when I was younger?
Who?
RPG Minx.
I got reminded of Venturian Tale.
Mmm.
I used to watch them a lot, and then of course you had the regulars, the Minecraft YouTubers.
Hmm.
You had Dan TDM, Popular MMOs, and Stampy,
Hmm.
all of whom have gone on to kind of do their own thing. Stampy stopped making videos, kind of.
Yeah.
He stepped away from his main stuff and doing more normal stuff. Popular MMOs came under a ton of drama in his personal life,
Eh.
and I think Dan's just doing whatever now.
Oh,
And then Venturian Tale had a whole ton of family drama that caused them to split.
damn.
Yeah, kind of.
Honestly, seeing all of that stuff is one of the reasons why, even if I kind of want to try and just have fun times with my friends on YouTube, if it grows into something big and we part ways later on, then that's an entire mess. So I'm still not sure what to do in that regard.
That's fair. Yeah. Uh, Venturian Tale, apparently it was a ton of like drama with their parents and religion and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
All the siblings kind of ended up going their separate ways. All four of them.
Hmm. Fair. So, do we want to touch back on the point where you weaponized your cuteness?
Okay. How have I weaponized it?
Oh, I don't know. You just act so innocent and cute. When you aren't innocent or cute at all.
Now,
You're just a
we
total fucking gremlin.
have. I found a YouTuber or VTuber who's like lores that they're a researcher, and one
Mm-hmm.
of their videos is why do we enjoy gremlins?
Oh, please send me that. I want to watch it now.
Okay, let me grab it. Uh, history. Oh, why are you attracted to Oh, no, the full video is why are you attracted to degenerate gremlin women?
Because I'm a degenerate gremlin woman myself.
Message, post. They are
It
known
also
to
could be
hide.
because these people express their inner child very clearly and succinctly in ways that most people are unable to do, and thus gets to feel like a little bit of catharsis.
I like how the description is they are known to hide secluded and in dark, cluttered rooms, capable and likely to erupt into a hissy fit at any given moment. Short and prone to to anger and displeasure. These are known as gremlins.
I'm pretty sure anything that has the attitude of a gremlin qualifies as a gremlin. Doesn't have to be short to be a gremlin. That much I'm sure of. Now, if you're looking for the archetype of the gremlin in both body and form, not just personality, then yes.
I do like some of the comments on here for answering the question. First one that I'm seeing is because if anything, they are capable of feelings and not ditching you because they feel like it.
AKA, they actually fucking give a shit about you.
Yeah. Because the next comment is because they are flawed, because they are occasionally awful or awkward, makes them more endearing, relatable, and more importantly, human.
Yeah, makes them more understandable and connectable.
Now, a lot of this is not just referring to the people gremlin, aka, us. A lot
Yeah.
of it referring to anime gremlins, but nonetheless.
Well, anime gremlins are kind of their own category, because the shenanigans they can get away with are not nearly to this, are to a whole different classification the shenanigans that real life gremlins can get away with. So there's a difference between the fiction of a gremlin and the reality.
That is fair.
Ah. But no, you chose to weaponize your cuteness, meanwhile I eventually chose to weaponize my spite. And then rediscovered my cuteness along the way. Because you present so sweet, so cute, so adorable and kicky and everything. But that's not the total of your character, it's just the surface.
I mean, it's. I'd say it's a little more than the surface, just the surface.
Alright, then what do you say it is?
I think it's more so the. I mean, yeah, it's not all of me, but I'd say it's also not just the surface. I'm trying to think of the right words for it. I think
Surface, substance, foundation, mid-state.
I mean, deep down, I think I'm more of a. I have no idea if I'm being honest. Something tells me it's not just surface level.
Well, yeah, otherwise you wouldn't be able to express it authentically in a way that actually drags other people in. But that said, you do use it at your surface as a way to distract and or charm other people, don't you?
I not completely necessarily on purpose all the time.
Oh, not completely necessarily on purpose all the time? So most of the time.
I, not most of the time either, I'd say. So a lot of the time, or I'd say like 70% of the time, it's honestly just me being me. Or at least
Yeah.
you won't see me doing it like, okay, if we didn't meet the way that we did meet, it would be a little differently and
How
you'd
did
probably
we
never
meet?
see it. Uh, well, off of technically the first time, which you probably don't fully remember, was off of Jade slash Crusader.
Oh, yeah.
And then I joined Pyra, and then I friended Pyra, and then I joined off of Pyra. Then I met Lillian, and then that's when you really got more so connected, or we got to know each other a bit more. But I'd say a lot of the time I just happen to, like, I don't know.
Attention flower.
Yes, but but I don't consciously like, oh, I want attention, so I'm gonna act cute. That's not a conscious choice of mine.
It's more of a subconscious thing that happens
It's
as
more
a
of
result
a,
of who you choose to be.
yes, to a degree. I mean, because it depends on who I'm with. With a lot more, with like most of my friends, I will never display that side. With y'all, it's a little different just because it kind of was dragged out, and then it found out that it was comfortable in that to be in that state around y'all. So it's now in that I can now release that state.
Okay. So
And
it's basically something you've kind of grown into, depending on the social chemistry you have with certain people.
and most of the time the social chemistry does not allow for it. So I think for the longest time it's just been repressed.
Fair.
I more so present outwardly in terms of normal day-to-day life as just quiet, unless you're a friend, in which case I'm very social with you. But with y'all, you get a little bit of a different, more, I'd say, raw side of who I am.
Fair.
And that's why I feel it's not necessarily surface level, it's more of just under the surface, something that's hidden. Like, it's not all that's there, but it is definitely a more raw nature of who I am.
Fair.
As for, and yeah, I don't use it as a, like, okay, sometimes, sure, I will admit sometimes I do consciously, I'm like, I kind of want some attention right now, but I won't say that's like a majority of the time. Most of the time when I'm just like saying your name a lot, it's just because brain is suddenly like, hi, I want to say hi to Flicker. Hello, Flicker. Flicker, hi, 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 hi. So I'm not necessarily looking for attention, it's more so I want to give attention, I think.
Oh, interesting. So that would definitely be a difference between you and some of the other people I've known.
Like, yeah, I'm happy to receive attention in response, but like, as by like sober bringing up the I'm not going, because they're teasing up, I'm not going to reward this behavior. I'm like, I don't care. I'm still gonna say your name constantly because, sure, I'm not getting attention out of it, even though you kind of are by teasing and giving me attention. But it's more a case of I'm just wanting to give attention.
Fair.
As well as ADHD brain go like, ooh, I want to latch onto this person right now.
And that's, I think, a real clear reason as to why Silver brought up don't encourage this behavior. It's the latching on to people.
Yeah, I enjoy latching onto people, I'll be honest.
You're like a little gremlin along for the ride.
Because a lot of the time I'm just like sitting in my room alone for the most part.
And because you like prefer meeting people one-on-one, lest you get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Wait, I phrased that horribly because on one hand, if you know someone, you can hang out around them perfectly fine, but when it comes to new people, you prefer getting to know one person at a
Yeah.
time.
No, that's why I'm like, if it's a whole bunch of us all together in a world, then I'm fine to be part of the whole group. But that, as I told you before, it's like when I joined you and it's dark and all of them for the first time at least, it was very awkward. And I mean, over time, I was like, as in over time, by over time I mean, of course, I mean like 4 times in joining you with that, and eventually I kind of on the last one became a little bit closer to the rest of the people that were present during that time. Simply
Fair.
because I knew a bit more of the people and had interacted with them in prior session instances. So it's like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable. I will say, a lot of. I mean, you guys have somehow been spared for the most part from one of my sites, which is my hyperfixated, let me tell you about this cool thing. You have not, I don't think you guys have been part of my 20-minute long rant on subject I'm interested in yet.
We have yet to see it happen, but that doesn't mean it's unlikely.
I legit, like, blacked out at one point. And not literally, you know what I mean, like, just
Effectively.
gained consciousness, and I'm like, I'm sorry, was I going on a tangent? And everyone's around just like, yeah? Like, oh, I'm
If you haven't weaponized your cuteness, then why did you try to... Why did it get you all giggly?
I don't know. You can get me giggly by saying a ton of different things.
Aww, you're a good girl. Point taken.
And I mean, the concept of weaponizing cuteness is still kind of giggly. I know that may have made no sense whatsoever, but... And like I said, I didn't say I haven't, I said it's not completely... It's not the full story.
Fair. And
Like,
on some regard, some of the things I say are based around me jumping to conclusions rather than being actual reflections of people. I am still learning how to interact and connect with others after all. It's gonna be a lifelong journey.
And like I said, a vast majority of me is not necessarily fishing for attention. That's not to say none of it is. That much is very obvious, but
You have an attention flower in you, even if it's not the primary part of you.
oh yes, I most definitely have one, and it's definitely getting nurtured and becoming bigger.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh no.
that's what happens when you nurture a flower, after all. But that's not to say I can't keep it in check and prune it as it needs to be pruned.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly, that's one of the things I worry about with the previous friend of mine, is that how do I phrase this? Because on one hand, they're definitely more social than me. Ah, fuck! I didn't want to go up, I wanted to stay ground level! Fucking damn it. Ugh. Oh. No. Sometimes I worry about... Oh, brain, how the fuck are you... Why did you decide to try and bring this up as a part of the conversation? I don't have words for this! What the fuck are you on about? Ay, ay, ay. Oh. No, sometimes I get worried about people throwing themselves out there to everything that is without thinking about it. And that could very well just be me being paranoid. Yeah, I'll admit I'm a little overprotective.
I will say, I do enjoy a little bit of overprotectiveness.
Oh.
It feels secure.
Well, since you're a clingy little bitch, that makes sense.
Yes. For people who may not like it, it may not be the best. However, I do like it.
Aww. Hug and snuggle.
And like, and plus it makes me feel that said person uh, cares.
To you, it's understood as an expression of care and not as an expression of insecurity.
Yes.
Because it matches with your insecurity.
And something I do want to say before I forget to mention it, I do not know how clear I've made it in the past that we've known each other, but I do want to be known that when I say I can prune the flower inside, I do mean if you need breaks from me at all, if I am doing something not correct, all that needs to be done is a simple telling me said information.
Yeah, that's fair, and you've been doing pretty good on that. Honestly,
Like,
sometimes it's less so to do with an inability for someone to give space, and more so to do with an insecurity and or internal issue around asking for space and feeling like they're allowed to.
like, yeah, if I mean I do have a bit of like, oh, did I do something wrong? But like, if it's made clear like, hey, I just need to do this, you're fine, or something like that, then I'm like, all right, cool, thumbs up. I will see you when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I wasn't an impatient and insecure bitch in other ways, I probably wouldn't be having this conversation. But
uh,
in some ways, I'm kind of glad I'm just myself. Even if it's not everyone's cup of tea, because it means I'm able to have conversations and connections that other people miss out on. Perspectives and insights that ultimately add to the pile instead of just subtracting from it.
mm,
Hmm. For as much as I can navigate casual social conversations on a surface level, I honestly prefer deeper conversations.
Deeper conversations can be fun. Though it's difficult, though you do need to find the people to have them with.
Yeah, trying to have deep conversations with someone who is not available for them is just a nightmare. I can tell you from personal experience that is just a nightmare for everyone involved.
Because you need someone who, like, in this instance, I think it helps that I've taken psychology classes in the past before.
Fair.
So I'm relatively aware and able to navigate psychological aspects of the brain to a degree, as well as I can at least be somewhat aware and recognize some of the things I've done, or at least be able to navigate it and see what is and isn't.
Yeah, like your gremlin side's coping mechanism of burying things it doesn't want to deal with.
Forgot what I've buried.
Oh, I still fucking remember it was you stressing out over practically everything.
It was like all of my class stuff, right?
Yeah, it was all your life stuff and how you were. Let's not get into it, otherwise it might get unburied.
I'm sure I'd be able to deal with it.
What? I didn't hear you there.
I said I'm sure I'd be able to deal with it.
Okay.
I don't know. That was mostly just joking, but also not. I don't know.
I'm still not gonna touch on it for now.
Fair enough. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's
Holy fucking shit, I went to the side!
You're gonna say I went to the sun. I'm like, whoa.
Well, if I wanted to visit the sun, it wouldn't be that hard. It wouldn't be fun, it wouldn't be easy, but it wouldn't be that
Well,
hard.
you just said it would. It wouldn't be hard, but it wouldn't be easy.
It's a moderate challenge.
I guess.
Because on one hand, my fictional self would absolutely be able to get to the sun no problem. Downside is, and the different part is, would they have any physical form to stand near the sun with? No.
Whoa, that's my fan. I nearly nailed my head with my ceiling fan. I'm standing on my chair right now, so.
Why are you standing on your chair? Hold the fuck up!
I'm messing with stuff on my shelf that's above my. Have I not shown you my ruby shelf?
No, and I'm currently doing my daily sky recording, so you're not going to be able to show me as of right now.
I have 6 ruby vinyl figures, 2 ruby figures, and then mixed it across in some Zelda stuff, a Girls and Panther figurine, a toy that very likely has lead in it.
Mm.
Well, to be fair, it's a toy from the 40s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why
So
I
it's
said
understandable that it's in that state.
Yeah, I'm like, it would 100%. It's literally a toy that my grandfather played with when he was a kid.
That just
So like,
got me to a line of thought where it's like, how much of generational trauma was just fucking poisoning of the minds and bodies through thinking that things that were new and neat were gonna be healthy for us?
no, I'm like, this thing 100%, if not is made with lead, has at least lead paint.
Noted.
And that's chilling in my room.
Of course it is.
I wouldn't be too worried about it as long as it doesn't come under damage. I mean, even lead-based paint is for the most part safe, so long as you don't, so long as it doesn't start flaking.
The moment it starts flaking, that's the moment where you could accidentally inhale some of it.
Inhale, or kids eating paint chips, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I should get one of those lead test kits to try it on it.
I'm gonna be weird. I have a weird relationship with mischief-related stuff and other people, because on one hand, I think it's fine. People do as they want to do. But on the other hand, it's like, I still try to appreciate seeing some level of tact done to it, where it's not... I don't know. I don't like the idea of people potentially losing themselves in it, and I think that's what scares me. But at the same time, it's not my place to make other people's life decisions. And I can at least recognize that on like half of the fucking political sphere. Oh. And I'm not talking about a specific side, I'm talking about both sides in some regard. Because it feels like they've just settled into binary opposites without actually having dynamic qualities outside of their field.
Yeah.
Which ultimately doesn't serve any of the people at all. Also, I'm headed to the beach in-game.
Ooh, the beach episode.
Not beach episode.
Yes, beach episode.
Not beach episode. I don't have an alternate outfit for the beach episode. So it would just be me in my regular outfits.
I actually have an outfit that myself, my persona, would wear. It's a like jellyfish bathing suit. It's nice.
I have no clue what the fuck that is.
It's bathing suit that looks like a jellyfish.
Oh. Sounds
Let me-
cute.
Let me pull up the artwork that I found of it. Mostly because I want to see it again and have
Fair
it on
enough.
my computer. Because it's stored on my phone, but not my computer. Swimsuit. Search. Chris's swimsuit. Perfect swimsuit for her. There it is. I will send this to you.
Thank you.
Here it is.
Blah, 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 blah. I'll take a look at it afterwards. Of all the things to wear, though, jellyfish. Dangerous creatures.
Well, this is, yes, dangerous, but this is very pretty, and it's not, you know, dangerous. I would not recommend wearing an actual living jellyfish.
I don't think anyone would recommend that. Hold the fuck up.
I don't know, there's some weird people out there.
Okay, yeah, no, there are some weird people out there. Everyone's weird in one way or another. And if they aren't weird, then holy fuck, there's something different going on with them.
If they aren't
There's going
weird,
to be
that's
one
good.
avenue of life where they're just stupid around. Let me fucking open this clam! You rat child!
Rat child, do 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 do. Rat child,
What the fuck?
do 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 do. Rat child, do 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 do.
I need to do this more often, where I just invite one of my friends to talk with me while I'm getting my dailies done. See what
Yeah.
random bullshit pops up.
It can be nice, I do agree.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a nice conversation.
Mm-hmm. No, every now and then I feel like people worry about me being able to hold a conversation when it's like, oh no, I full well can when I'm in the right mood, and I just feel like it. By all means,
Yeah.
my social skills are not gonna just disappear completely. It's my social confidence that can disappear, thus disabling my social skills by accident.
My dad, after that call where he and Lillian talked about music and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, well, I'm glad you're really good at starting conversation because I don't know how to start a conversation. And he responded with the, oh no, I'm terrible. I'm like, well, you seemed like you did pretty well today or tonight. And then he just was like, yeah. And he pointed to his alcoholic drink. I was like, oh,
At least
gotcha.
he fucking acknowledges it.
Like, right, yes, alcohol, the great lubricator of conversation.
The great disinhibitor of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Much like apathy.
Yeah. Can be good, can be bad. It's a mixture of both, depending on how you look
Depending
at it.
on how much of it you use.
Also,
Oh,
music, yes, that as well.
hmm?
I said also yes, that as well.
We were gonna say something else before that, though.
I think I did say it, and then my
Oh.
brain tossed it after I said it, so I have
Fuck.
no idea what I said.
Fuck!
Happens occasionally, Brian's just like, ah, this. say it. Oh,
Says it and then it's gone.
we have no idea what we said.
Fuckity doo daaaaay! Memory issues for the fail!
Woo! Wait, no.
The fact you had to take a moment to process that aloud is kind of sad. I'm gonna be real.
Okay, I do have to admit, I kinda did that as a bit.
Okay, good. I was gonna be worried about you if that wasn't a
Okay.
bit.
This time it was a bit, I should say. There's been moments where my roommate has told me a very obvious joke, and I take like a solid 5 minutes to be like, oh.
Well, yeah, that's because your brain is sifting through the contents of all the possible contexts. And it may not always remember the context necessary.
Ooh.
It's kind of sad to see that people are just. I don't know. People are enjoying their lives. It feels like they're doing it for shallow reasons.
What specifically are you referring to?
Eh,
I just
just
asked because it seemed rather
it's
like
something I
you're.
just feel in
Yeah.
regards to the internet. It's like it's created. Well, this has been said by everyone else already, so I don't really need to say it again, but it's created like personal safety bubbles of interests and otherwise, and
Or
that doesn't really
consumers
help
and
people
stuff.
grow.
Yeah.
I want to see people grow. I want to see
Yeah.
them become better versions of themselves so that way they can
Well,
be more at peace with themselves
a
and less
lot of
stressed out.
people, a lot of people, and I'm not excluding myself from this, don't really want to or think of putting in the effort, however, to grow. Much like myself. I mean, I want to, but without you, for instance, a lot of things I would not have been able to shift through. And I mean, we've made small progress. I won't say it's massive progress, but it's progress nonetheless. And
We sifted through piles of sand when there is still a mountain more to go through.
yes, and we haven't even finished sifting through that sand. Like, we organized what I can remember, but I don't know what to do with that. You
Fair.
know?
I'm not
And I feel
exactly
like
what to do with it either, because ultimately depends on what is going to best serve you going forward.
I don't know what that is right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that is right now.
There's always new moments arriving,
Yeah.
reaching into the present and creating new possibilities.
Oh, I'm still on March on my calendar.
Damn.
Well, I actually have a paper calendar. But what's
Oh.
fun about it is it's a World War II themed calendar. So every day is an event that happened in World War II on that day. So, let's see, today, back in 1945, is when British forces liberated Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. That took a turn I was not expecting.
Things rarely turn as you expect in war.
No, I just meant like some of them is like you know, you of course have treaty to end the war signed back on like V-Day, um, or like Allied forces land blah 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 blah. Allied forces do this. This is, I mean, it is still somewhat positive. I mean, this is British forces liberating a concentration camp. So that is still
Mm-hmm.
positive. I just wasn't expecting such a thing to be brought up when I was just trying to give a fun fact.
Oh yeah, life has an interesting way of bringing up heavy moments in the middle of chill times. It's just something I've grown used to at this point and accepted. Maybe embraced a little too much.
Yeah.
That's just me acknowledging that. Oh, Hey, sometimes I don't have chill, and I wish, and that's the reason why I'm always practicing my chill. By the way, did you know I've been trying to develop I've been wanting to make a little, like, visual guide that can help people navigate to their own confusion?
I did not know that. I thought that was going in a different direction, but I did not know that.
Well, what direction did you think I was going to go
I
in?
thought you were referring to the visual guide about your persona.
About my fictional self? That's fair.
Yeah. That's where I
Mm.
thought that was going, and I was gonna say yes, but I'm glad I stopped myself. And I was like,
But
we should
But
wait to
yeah,
speak.
no, I generally navigate by thinking of things as territories relative to each other, attributes and things that, although not always together or connected, aren't isolated from each other either. Sometimes they're in conflict, sometimes they just don't like acknowledging each other, but they still exist relative to each other. Like how some people want to live a practical life as opposed to an acceptable life. Or how some people want to live a simple life as opposed to a wild life. And if you think about it as a circle, it can make things really interesting. Because you can realize, oh hey, some people want to live an acceptable and simple life, while other people want to live a simple and practical life. And in doing so, it helps you clear out, oh, why is this person coming from this angle or this perspective?
Yeah.
And then here's the kicker. Sometimes all of these territories cross the boundary line into what is known and unknown. Confusion space, murky space, the what the fuck is going on? And then clarity space, where you're able to understand the reality or a decent enough representation of reality to navigate along the surface just fine. It's when you lose touch with the reality that you then get pulled under the surface and slip through to the other side, wherein the conscious mind doesn't understand reality well enough and thus has to go digging through the subconscious mind in order to find new answers and reasons that help you understand things. I sit and stare across, surface spanning the whole state. 2 feet between and miles apart, been here a week, no words to speak, and still we haven't got a clue. It falls apart if there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart if there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. Each word a world all of its own. Each sentence entered in grown. Syntax skips, semantics slip, and what we're left to grow and left to broken, lost language unknown. Then I guess we slipped right through and lost all meaning on the way. We ended up a tiny piece of every heart, of every part, of every stone, of every grave. It falls apart if there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart if there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. A tangled mess of thoughts I could guess, but the intent was there. I swear we set our sights on something that we thought was true. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. There's not a heart to have. It falls apart. Animal instinct flowing away from the start. It falls apart. We ended up a tiny piece of every heart, every part of every story that we've grown. Of every story we've called home. Alright, go ahead. I'm done singing along to the music.
I don't really have much to say right now, honestly.
You were just enjoying listening?
That, and I was also having a video play, but I was only paying half attention to either side.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Brain just kind of went, we're gonna pause everything real fast. I had to think for a moment.
You like it that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Gremlin.
Indeed. Oh my gosh, I wish I got those mugs. Are these still available? Okay. Four fans.
Things that you could seal, they can't hide you. Things that you reveal, they can't guide you. What you thought was real is just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. Things that you detest are deep inside you. Things that you possess, they only ride you. The words that you confess are just a lie too. You know, find the truth will find you. We all caught up in it, cause we all brought up in it. Hard shit we endure is just a part of living. All the hearts we break, that's just a part of building. All the parts we take, that's just a part of giving. You don't see it, what you see is hidden. When they hide it, they don't want no one to find it forbidden. When they lie, and then it's really only truth that they sit in. I hate that you spray and the love that's misgiven, and all the love that you're craving is just a hateful incision in the soul in favor of prison. Things that we live in ain't the way we envisioned when we were babies. There were so many weeds we were left wishing, but now the world has been pulled over these eyes that they glisten, and now that glimmer of hope won't even shine in a prism. The things that you conceal, they can't hide you. Things that you reveal, they can't guide you. What you thought was real is just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. Things that you detest are deep inside you. The things that you possess, they only ride you. The words that you confess are just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. The magic or from painful and tragic. Remember to breathe, human body, fucking hell. Vegetables. It's so easy to spray and say there's nothing left of those, because that's the point, is they grow it, they don't want you to know it, so they dress it up like it's pretty when it's really a rodent. Make it out silly when it's really important, yet they call it your partner when it's really your opponent. Things that you conceal, they can't hide you. Things that you reveal, they can't guide you. What you thought was real is just a lie too. If you can't find the truth will find you. Things that you detest are deep inside you. Things that you possess, they only ride you. The words that you confess are just a lie too. If the only way to find the truth is to find you, go find yourself. They can't hide you. Nah, they can't guide you. Yeah, it's all a lie too. Only way to find the truth is to find you. Yeah, they can ride you. Yeah, they're deep inside you. Yeah, they're right behind you. Only way to find the truth is to find you. Sorry. Wow. Interrupted what you were talking about.
I wasn't talking about anything.
Oh.
Hi, Joe.
Hugs and cuddles. Hugs and cuddles, the cute bean.
I'm doing all the yawns right now.
Yeah, you're getting sleepy.
Yeah, I just looked at the clock and now I know why.
Get to bed, cutie.
I will shift to my phone. Yes, actually, I'm gonna eat. No, I won't eat that right now.
Oh, fucking... You fucking respawned me. Indeed, I was going to use that to get so much fucking momentum and speed. Huh.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna shift over to my phone.
Alright. Go down to the Aurora 2.0 Discord. Daily quests. Okay, Village of Dreams. Dancing Performer. Okay, I'm headed in the right direction. Ow. Hey, that's so solid. Yo, what in the fuck? Da 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 da. I'm here. Game. I'm standing here. The fuck are you on about?
Alright.
Motherfucker, I am standing on the objective. Why the fuck haven't you acknowledged it yet?
Oh, not bad.
Nice.
Thought I had another one, but nope. firm, comfy.
Nice. Honestly, I need to get a new mattress.
I have been chilling with the same one for the past maybe 7 years.
Damn. I probably had mine like 10.
My mattress is pretty much the same height as me right now. It's like literally if I extend my full body, I am just a tad bit taller than it.
Mood. Fucking the edge of my... It's like the ankles of my feet are supported by the edge of my bed, but the back of my feet aren't.
Well, I usually sleep with like my legs slightly bent.
Yeah, same.
So I'm okay.
You said one of your dogs was like a husky mix?
Yep, over at my mom's house, I should say though.
Damn, so you also live in like 2 different locations.
I live in technically if you want to be specific, I live in 3 different locations.
Fucking no. That's a conversation for another time then.
Not really. I mean, it's pretty simple. My mom lives in one house. My dad lives in another house. And then, my mom and my stepmom, I should say, live in one house. My dad lives in another house. And then I'm living in a college house.
Ah, okay. I'm still living with my mom, and technically I could go live over at my dad's house when he's home, but a lot of the time that's not very practical simply because internet is not as good there as it is here.
See, for me, internet is the best where I am right now. Second best over at my mom's house. However, the issue with that is dogs and my allergies.
Yeah.
And then it's the worst over at my dad's house. However, that has the benefit of it really just being my dad living there, as well as no allergies.
Yeah. Oh, no. My mom and my dad kind of agreed to, even if they didn't get married, they still kind of like agreed to not try to pull me over to one side or another as a kid, and I'm honestly thankful for that. Got to spend time at both places. It was nice.
Yeah, same. My mom was like that, is, like that with like everything. Like, she kept me away from most religions so I could choose what religion I wanted to follow, if any. Kept me kind of separate from politics so I could come to my own conclusions and decide what I wanted to do. So. Which, coincidentally enough, has led me to be neutral on pretty much everything.
Honestly, it's nice being able to stand in the middle ground despite everything else getting polarized.
Yeah.
Because it means you're able to take a lot of perspectives in and realize, hey, we're kind of just stuck with each other, so maybe we shouldn't be trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
But some people would instead use that as an excuse to kill each other, and it's sad. One of the reasons why I want to make tools that help people navigate their psychological headspace more easily. So that way they don't have to keep getting played around with by their own shadows. Be them bright shadows, dark shadows, dull shadows, or colorful shadows. Never thought of a shadow as anything other than dark, did you?
I mean, I don't know, honestly, now that you mention it. I
Hmm.
feel like I have, like, not like as in real world shadows per se, just the
But
concept of a
mental
shadow.
psychology.
Yeah, or the concept of a shadow.
Hmm.
It was
Comfy
funny.
cutie.
Yeah. Comfy and cuddly.
You were about to say? Oh, fuck.
I don't remember.
Hmm.
I've got my blowhigh in just the perfect position for me to hug on.
That's good to hear.
As I hug the wheel.
Pats your head. If you do pass out, I hope you sleep well, you cutie.
Thank you.
I don't like it when I panic. It doesn't really make anything good out of me.
No, but I think panic's pretty normal.
If we didn't have just a little bit of paranoia to keep an eye out and look out for ourselves, I don't think creatures and people would have made it this far. Thankfully, life is a lot more curiosity than paranoia and panic.
Yeah.
Or at least it's a lot easier to live when you use curiosity. Because it's like, ooh, what's this neat thing? Oh, I didn't understand that before. Okay. Oh, this contradicts it? Okay. What's most consistent over time? That's really all it takes to navigate life. But of course, because people are sentimental, myself included, you can form attachments to concepts that are familiar to you, even if they're not necessarily useful. And thus keep enabling bad habits by pure accident. If you think about all the different ways to live life, they don't all fit on one orb. So I'm trying to think of how to compartmentalize them all into sets of 4 that circle around on different orbs. So that way you can tell your position in multiple different ways across different fields and substances and territories. Like how some people prioritize shiny and pretty things when those two things are not necessarily the same. They may share some space, and that shared space may be what the person is comfortable with. But it's not everything there is. Money isn't everything there is. There are so many different parts of life that it's really kind of childish to try and summarize it all down to one point. Hmm. Sure. Keeping things within that of what you know can feel safe, but it's not living. It's just lolling about in comfort. You can't feed off of isolation. If you have no environment, you have no way to live. Well, that was abrupt stop that I didn't really want. That is hopefully the last time I get attached to someone who is very much not compatible with me. Would have been interesting, but ultimately, no work, no progress. I say that, but I don't even know what the fuck they're up to. It's probably better that way. Not a bad person, just not a good friend when it needs to count. Better suited for different situations than the one I'm aiming at. That would be a journey through hell. uh. Hmm. I already got the brick, just the daily candles, then. Mission candles incoming! Oh, yeah, I wanted to dive over the edge of that, not land on top of it. Ah. Hmm. To those of you who snuck by and watched a fragment of this recording, thank you. To those of you who stuck around and watched a good chunk through, if not all of it, we deeply appreciate it. It helps us grow this channel little by little, even if I'm not the greatest at building communities. Or holding them together, really. I hope you all have a good day, good night, whatever time or non-time it is. And if it isn't good, I hope it either improves, or at least stays manageable for you out there. My name is Flicker. I've got my dailies done, so I'll be seeing you all later. Bye!